Have you ever wondered what happens when stars fall from the sky? Let me tell you a secret. They become storytellers of the most magical adventures. One crisp autumn evening, a curious star tumbled through the velvet darkness and landed in a meadow. Its glow dimmed by fear. This wasn't its glittering constellations or the familiar dance of planets. It was a world of rustling grass and shadowy trees. Loneliness wrapped around it like fog until a pair of twitching ears appeared. A rabbit hopped closer, nose quivering with excitement. "Lost things always find friends here," she declared, summoning an owl from his oak tree perch and a deer with antlers like living branches. Together, this unlikely trio became architects of hope. They built towering ladders from fallen branches, stacked stones into wobbling sky-piercing towers, and even launched the stars upward using a leaf trampoline. Each attempt ended with giggles as the star bounced back to Earth, its light flickering like a shy firefly. The wise owl finally hooted. Some journeys need patience, not force. So they waited beneath the ink-black sky, sharing stories of meteor showers and northern lights. When the wind finally arrived, it wasn't a roaring gust, but a tender sigh that lifted the star like a dandelion seed. As it ascended, the star pulsed with a newfound brilliance, a celestial thank you note written in light. Now, if you gaze up on clear nights, you'll spot it winking extra brightly between the constellations. That's our little friend, forever smiling at the meadow, where kindness became its compass. The rabbit still tells her kits about the night they hosted Stardust. The deer leaves wild flowers beneath the star's favorite patch of sky. And the owl, he winks at passing satellites. Knowing the greatest adventures often begin with a single spark of courage, or a clumsy fall from the heavens. So next time you feel adrift, remember, even stars get lost sometimes. What matters isn't the falling, but who helps you shine again. Pauses. Smiling, can you spot it tonight? Look for the constellations that glows just a little warmer than the rest.
In a world filled with hustle and bustle, there lived a little cat named Whiskers. Whiskers had a secret to her magical ability that could bring peace and tranquility to all those around her. Her purring was not just an ordinary sound. It was like a lullaby that could calm anyone to sleep. Each night, as the moon rose high in the sky and the stars twinkled like diamonds, Whiskers would tiptoe through the village. Her paws made soft, silent steps on the cobblestone streets, and her eyes sparkled with a gentle light. She was on a mission to spread her quiet magic and help those in need of a good night's sleep. First, she came across a crying baby in a cozy cottage. The baby's face was red with tears, and its tiny fists were clenched tightly. Whiskers jumped onto the windowsill and peeked inside. With a soft meow, she slipped through the open window and curled up next to the baby's crib. She began to purr, a soft, rhythmic sound that filled the room. Her warm fur brushed against the baby's cheek, and her slow blinking eyes seemed to say, "Everything will be okay." She gently whispered, "Breathe in, breathe out." And slowly, the baby's cries subsided, and its eyes closed in peaceful slumber. Next, Whiskers made her way to a backyard where a group of yawning puppies were playing. They were full of energy during the day, but now, as the night fell, they were starting to get tired. Whiskers walked over to them and lay down in the middle of the group. Her purring surrounded them like a warm blanket. The puppies stopped their play and snuggled up to her, one by one. Their ears flopped down, and their tails stopped wagging. They too were soon fast asleep, dreaming of chasing butterflies and playing in the meadow. As she continued her journey, Whiskers found herself in front of a small house where a tired mom and dad were sitting at the kitchen table. They had been working hard all day, and their faces were etched with exhaustion. Whiskers jumped onto the table and rubbed her head against their hands. Her purring filled the air, and the couple looked at each other with tired but grateful smiles. They closed their eyes and leaned back in their chairs, letting the soothing sound of Whiskers' purring wash over them. Before long, they too were asleep, their worries and stress melting away. Whiskers' magic was not just in her purring. It was also in her kind heart and gentle nature. She never asked for anything in return. She just wanted to help others. Her warm fur and slow blinking eyes were like a beacon of hope in the dark night. A reminder that there was still kindness and peace in the world. But Whiskers was not always this magical once. She was just an ordinary little cat living in a cozy house. One day, a mouse ran into the kitchen. Whiskers saw it and decided to catch the mouse. She jumped and ran, but the mouse was fast. It darted in and out of the cabinets, and Whiskers had a hard time keeping up. But she didn't give up. She tried again and again, using all her skills and determination. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, she caught the mouse. She felt proud of herself, not just for catching the mouse, but for not giving up when things were hard. That experience taught Whiskers the true meaning of bravery. It wasn't about being big or strong. It was about having the courage to face challenges and never giving up. And it was this same bravery and determination that gave her the power to spread her quiet magic. As the night wore on and the stars shone bright, Whiskers yawned. She had worked hard all night, spreading her magic and helping others. She curled up under a moonbeam, her fur glistening in the silver light. She whispered, "Sweet dreams." And then, with a contented sigh, she dozed off herself, ready to wake up and do it all again the next night. In the village, everyone looked forward to Whiskers' nightly visits. Her purring was like a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there was always a little bit of magic and peace to be found. And as long as Whiskers was around, the village would always be a place of sweet dreams and happy endings. The little caterpillar's wonderful week one bright and warm morning. The sun rose slowly behind the hills, glowing like a golden pancake in the sky. On a leaf sat a tiny little egg, and just as the sun peeked over the trespass, out came a tiny, very hungry caterpillar. He blinked his eyes, yawned a little, and rubbed his tummy. "I'm so very hungry," he whispered. Monday, the little caterpillar wiggled along until he found one red apple. Crunch! He munched it happily, but he was still a little hungry. Tuesday, he found 2 green pears. Crunch! Crunch! He gobbled them up. Still a little hungry. Wednesday, he came across 3 purple plums. Crunch! 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 He ate faster this time, yet his tummy rumbled on. Thursday, he found 4 red strawberries, juicy and sweet. Crunch! 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 But his belly still wasn't full. Crunch! 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 He munched with glee. This time, he felt almost full. Saturday, oh dear, the little caterpillar got carried away. He ate a slice of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 cucumber stick, a piece of cheese, 1 sausage, 1 lollipop, a piece of fruit pie, and a slice of watermelon. That night, ouch! His tummy hurt so much. Sunday, the little caterpillar decided to eat just 1 nice, green leaf. Crunch! And after that, he felt much better. He let out a tiny hiccup. "Now, I need a nap," he said sleepily. He found a cozy spot under a leaf and spun himself a little cocoon. "I'll rest in here," he whispered, "and maybe, when I wake up, I'll be different." He stayed inside for many, many days. Outside, the wind blew, the rain poured, and the sun came and went. Until one day cracked, the cocoon opened. Out came a beautiful butterfly. Its wings were red, yellow, blue, and green, like a rainbow in the sky. The butterfly fluttered gently through the garden, rising with the evening breeze, soaring toward the setting sun. The little caterpillar had become what he always dreamed of. Good night, little butterfly. Good night, little one. May your dreams take you flying through magical places with colors as soft as sleep. Once upon a time, there was a little bunny who lived in a cozy burrow in the heart of the forest. The forest was a wonderful place, filled with tall trees, colorful flowers, and friendly animals. But the little bunny was a bit shy. He didn't know how to talk to others and often felt lonely. One sunny morning, as the little bunny hopped out of his burrow, he saw a group of his forest friends playing together. They were laughing and having so much fun. The little bunny really wanted to join them, but he was too nervous. He just stood there, watching them from a distance. Just then, a kind little squirrel noticed the little bunny standing alone. The squirrel hopped over to him and said, "Hello, little bunny. Would you like to play with us?" The little bunny was so surprised that someone was talking to him. He stammered a bit and then softly said, "Hello." To his amazement, the little squirrel smiled warmly at him. After that, the little bunny started to play with the other animals. They chased each other around the trees, looked for hidden acorns, and had a great time. When it was time to go home, the little bunny remembered what the squirrel had done for him. He turned to the squirrel and said, "Thank you for letting me play with you." The squirrel beamed and replied, "You're welcome, little bunny Dot. It's so much fun to play with you." As the days went by, the little bunny became more and more confident. He learned to say hello to every animal he met in the forest. Whether it was the wise old owl sitting on a branch or the busy little bees buzzing around the flowers, he would always greet them with a bright hello. And every time, he was met with a friendly smile or a kind reply. One day, the little bunny received a beautiful bouquet of flowers from his friends. He was so touched, but he didn't know how to express his feelings at first. He was a bit shy. The little squirrel, who was always there to help, said, "You should say thank you and give them a hug." The little bunny took a deep breath, gathered his courage, and loudly said, "Thank you." His friends smiled and said, "You're welcome." Inspired by this, the little bunny decided to do something nice for his friends in return. He went to his own little vegetable garden and picked some fresh vegetables. He then hopped around the forest and gave these vegetables to his friends. His friends were very happy and kept saying, "Thank you very much." When it was time for the little bunny to leave, after visiting his friends, he would always say goodbye, and his friends would wave back and say goodbye, too. These simple words seemed to carry so much warmth and friendship. The little bunny soon realized that these three magic words, hello, thank you, and goodbye, had changed his life completely. With hello, he could start a conversation and make new friends. Thank you showed his appreciation and made his friends feel valued. And goodbye was like a gentle promise that they would meet again. Because of these words, the little bunny was no longer lonely. He had a lot of friends in the forest. They would go on adventures together, share their food, and tell each other stories. The forest became an even more wonderful place for the little bunny. So, dear little ones, just like the little bunny, remember these magic words. Say hello to the people around you. Show your gratitude with thank you, and end your meetings with a kind goodbye. You'll find that the world will become a much friendlier and happier place, filled with love and friendship. Sweet dreams.
Once upon a time, in a cozy forest, there lived a little bear named Benny. Benny was a playful and energetic cub, always ready for an adventure. But there was one thing he absolutely detested: brushing his teeth every night. When it was time for bed, Benny's mom would remind him to brush his teeth, but Benny would make all sorts of excuses. "Mom, I'm too tired," he'd say, or "I'll do it later. I just want to play a little more." And so, night after night, Benny skipped brushing his teeth. One morning, Benny woke up with a strange feeling in his mouth. His teeth felt all fuzzy, and when he looked in the mirror, he was shocked to see that they had turned yellow. And then, a sharp pain shot through his mouth. Benny started to cry out in pain. His mom rushed in and saw the state of his teeth. She knew it was time to take him to the forest dentist. The forest dentist was an old and wise rabbit named Dr. Carrot. When Dr. Carrot examined Benny's teeth, he shook his head sadly. "Benny," he said, "you haven't been taking good care of your teeth. That's why they're yellow and hurting. But don't worry, I have a solution." Dr. Carrot then took out a piece of paper and started to sing a song. It was the Toothbrush Song. Are you ready? Let's brush our teeth with this song. First, start from the left side, make a circle and then go down. Gently brush each tooth. And don't miss the insides. After you've finished one side, move the toothbrush to the right. Brush each tooth slowly, and your teeth will start to turn white. If you eat candy every day and still brush your teeth, you won't be afraid to see the dentist. Benny was a bit skeptical at first, but as Dr. Carrot continued to sing, he found himself tapping his paws to the rhythm. The song was so catchy. Dr. Carrot handed Benny a toothbrush and said, "Now, Benny, sing along and brush your teeth at the same time." Benny took the toothbrush and started to sing and brush. Already half done. Now move to the lower left. Make a circle and brush inwards. Brush row by row. Draw lots of circles on your big teeth. You're almost done. brush the lower right teeth upwards. You're growing up by brushing your teeth on your own. Strong teeth are praised by everyone. Keep it up and you'll win. You should brush your teeth morning and night every day. Always brush well. As he sang and brushed, then he realized that brushing his teeth wasn't so boring after all. It was actually kind of fun. The pain in his teeth started to fade away, and he could feel his teeth getting cleaner. From that day on, Benny made it a habit to sing the Toothbrush Song every time he brushed his teeth. In the morning, as the sun peeked through the trees, Benny would stand in front of the mirror, singing and brushing with enthusiasm. At night, before he went to sleep, he'd hum the song softly while taking good care of his teeth. As the days passed, Benny's teeth became whiter and stronger. His smile was so bright that it could light up the whole forest. All the other animals in the forest noticed Benny's beautiful smile and asked him what his secret was. Benny would proudly tell them about the Toothbrush Song and how it made brushing teeth fun. And so, the Toothbrush Song spread throughout the forest. All the little animals started singing it while brushing their teeth. The forest dentist, Dr. Carrot, was very happy to see that all the animals were taking better care of their teeth. Then he learned an important lesson. He realized that even the things we don't like to do can become enjoyable if we find a fun way to do them. And every night, as he drifted off to sleep with a clean mouth and a big smile, he was grateful for the Toothbrush Song that changed his life. So, kids, just like Benny, remember to brush your teeth every day. And if you ever find it boring, maybe you can come up with your own Toothbrush Song. Good night and sweet dreams.